All right, let's jump right in because there's a huge technological shift happening right now that is completely rewriting the playbook for customer success teams as we speak.
So let me just start with a simple question. I want you to really think about this. What if you could automate the most tedious, the most mind-numbing parts of your job? I'm not talking about the fun stuff. The strategy, the relationship building. I mean the administrative grind that just eats up your day. In that question, well, it gets right to the heart of the central conflict for pretty much every customer success team out there. We're calling it the coordination challenge. It's that daily friction, right? It's all the operational overhead that constantly gets in the way of doing the work that actually matters, the customer work.
So what does this friction look like day to day? Well, think about it. It's all that time you spend trying to synthesize call notes and support tickets into something coherent. It's that mental gymnastics of turning messy, scattered notes into a clear, actionable plan. It's drafting the same kind of follow-up email over and over again. And oh yeah, the constant back and forth trying to keep sales, support, and product teams on the same page. This is where your most valuable hours just disappear.
But here's the good news. A whole new operating rhythm is starting to emerge, and it is powered by AI. I'm talking about new tools that are fundamentally changing the game. They're helping teams absolutely slash this overhead by intelligently turning all those scattered, messy inputs into structured, useful outputs.
The crucial transition here, really the magic trick, is going from all that scattered data to a clear, coherent plan. Just imagine an AI that can look at all your notes, your emails, even product signals, and then synthesize it all into a single, beautiful view of a customer's goals, their status, any potential risks, and a concrete action plan. And that leads to the next big shift, moving from kind of vague communication to truly actionable steps. Look, instead of you or your team members staring at a blank page trying to write a recap from scratch, the AI can draft it for you. A structured follow-up, a narrative for the QBR, it's all there. This means your team's brainpower goes into validating and refining, not just formatting.
You know what else this new rhythm does? It builds a much steadier, more predictable cadence. For all that repeatable work, we're talking onboarding, health checks, renewals, AI helps standardize the templates and the outputs. The result? A way more consistent customer experience and a workflow your team can actually rely on.
Okay, so that's the theory, right? It sounds great, but what does this AI-powered playbook actually look like in daily practice? Let's break it down and see how this new operating rhythm plays out across the entire customer lifecycle. This is really where the rubber meets the road. For onboarding, the AI can spin up success plans and workback schedules. When you're trying to assess account health, boom, it produces risk plans and easy-to-read summaries. And for renewals, it can draft up value summaries and renewal plans that make the case for you. It's all about taking these common, everyday scenarios and generating the exact asset you need instantly. Let's make this even more tangible. Check out this workflow. Going from a meeting to a full recap in literally seconds. You start with a raw meeting transcript, right? The AI zips through it, analyzes everything, picks out the key action items, and then bam! It drafts a clean, professional follow-up email that's ready for you to just review and hit send. I mean, that's a huge efficiency gain on a task you probably do multiple times a day.
So, you're probably wondering, how does all of this actually work? To really get what's happening, we need to peel back the layers and look at the key capabilities that are powering these new tools. This is the technology that's driving the whole shift.
First up is data analysis. And this is a big one. This is the AI's ability to use predictive models to sift through enormous amounts of data. We're talking product usage, support tickets, historical churn reasons, to spot patterns and flag risks that a human might totally miss. It helps you understand what's really driving customer outcomes so you can prioritize where to spend your time.
Next, we've got something we can call standardized skills. You can just think of these as little automated, reusable tasks. And the most common one? Turning those raw, messy call notes into a clean, structured recap with clear action items and owners. This is the secret sauce that ensures consistency across the team for all that recurring work. And this before and after really shows another game-changing capability, data visualization. So instead of that dense wall of text listing out health metrics, the AI can transform that exact same data into a clean, simple visual, a chart, a graphic, something you can understand at a glance. This makes communicating account health so much easier, both in an internal review and in a customer presentation.
Okay, so the tech is powerful, the workflows are way faster, that's all great. But now we get to the most important part of the story, measuring the real impact. How do we connect this new team rhythm to the actual business results that matter?
This is the question every single leader is asking right now. How do you actually measure the change? Because, let's be honest, it's not enough to just feel more efficient. It has to show up on the bottom line.
Well, the answer lies in tracking two different kinds of impact. First, you've got the early operational indicators, things like faster follow-up times and less time wasted on coordination. But here's the kicker. Over time, those early wins lead to massive business outcomes. We're talking about identifying churn risk way earlier, uncovering new expansion opportunities, and driving retention and growth simply because your team is executing so much more consistently. So let's bring it all home. The big takeaway is this. The new advantage in customer success isn't just about relationships anymore. It's about intelligence. The real question is how your team is going to leverage it.